I do want to touch on some topics that relate to January 6th, because with the January 6th hearings, this puts you on a national stage that you haven't had in past elections. What would you say to voters that may have any thoughts that you may be in any legal trouble right now?
Okay, so I would say this. First of all, there was a claim that I requested a pardon. Of course, you can't prove a negative, but that is a baseless, soulless lie. That never happened. So as soon as that kind of thing happens, you got to wonder about the validity of everything else. And yes, I did issue articles of impeachment on Merrick Garland because he issued threat tags on parents that went to school board meetings and questioned the curriculum that they're paying for with their taxes. I don't think that's appropriate. Now, if he wants to use that against me, look, I'm out there fighting for these constituents, my bosses, every single day. What I'm responsible is fighting for the things that are important right here in our district.
And you did mention, though, then that you were accused of asking for a pardon, but you say that that didn't happen. Now, Cassidy Hutchinson, she said that under oath, but you denied to testify under oath. Why should they believe you?
A lot of things are said under oath, but I would say this about the January 6th so-called committee. It is not a duly constituted committee. It is made wholly up of partisan individuals that have already determined the outcome before you even go. And I would say that all of us agree with due process, but this is not due process, and it is not constituted under the rules of the House appropriately. So it actually is a committee that doesn't exist. They can call it whatever they want to, and they can have whatever authority Nancy Pelosi has given them. That doesn't mean it's right.
And just to answer that question, why should they believe you if you didn't go under oath to testify?
Because ever since I've been an elected official, people know me. And they know that sometimes we disagree, but they know I'm straight with them. And I've been straight about this. I can't prove a negative. But just because they make the claim doesn't mean it's true. They made a lot of other claims, and I would just encourage people to think about the last few years and think about how many times they've awakened, looked at their phone, watched the news, turned on the radio and said, I can't believe it, right? You might just be a little skeptical about anything you hear and verify it for yourself. I've been straight with people and they know it.
Your phone then was seized, and then you also then filed an emergency motion so that you could get the phone data back, and then also bar them from taking any more data as well. But just a few days ago, you dropped that motion, actually. So why did you drop it?
I dropped the motion because we are cooperating well with the Department of Justice, and we saw no need for the motion. But at the time, they thought they were just going to take the phone and take everything out of it, which is, no, we do not agree to that. There are issues for members of Congress called speech and debate, which are listed in the Constitution. There's attorney-client privilege, and there are conversations on my phone with my constituents, my bosses, that are privileged. They don't want that information out in public. It might have to do with their personal health care records or something like that. That is not appropriate for the Department of Justice or the government to put out, among people, so that people's privacy is violated.
And probably the most important question here, why do you believe voters should choose you?
I think that my track record is clear. I've been fighting for the interest of this district and the people that live here. The things that they're concerned about are the things that I'm concerned about. Things like the cost of living, the cost of groceries, fuel right now, heat in the wintertime. These are all things that, and I'm vocal about it. They know that I'm a proven fighter that gets proven results. Even at the same time, being able to get things done across the aisle. You can fight for your constituents about the things that they're concerned about, but also work on a bipartisan basis to move the ball forward about things that we all absolutely can agree on.
Very good. Congressman Perry, thank you so much for meeting with us. I appreciate it.
Thank you.